So I want to share a story about an experience that I've had today. And I think this is going to be really useful for anyone who is in the coaching, consulting, entrepreneurial space and trying to connect with people online as a way to grow your business. Because the way the situation played out could have been so much different. So I'm going to walk you through it and sort of give you some tips and tools about what to do and what not to do when it comes to trying to engage with people on the internet. So I open my LinkedIn and I've got an invite from someone who is a somatic coach. And I'm like, great, someone who understands the importance of working with the body. Happy to connect with them. So send a connection request. And then what I get shortly after is a message inviting me to take a quiz to determine whether or not my unprocessed emotions are leading to burnout, right? In and of itself, not a problem, except I don't know this person from Adam. We've just connected. So even if I was in a space where I was curious to know if my unprocessed emotions were leading to burnout, I probably wouldn't be doing a quiz. There's been no relationship forming taking place at this point. Okay. The second thing is that I had my burnout 8.5 years ago. I have worked through it and have spent years and years and years supporting other people. I've done all of the somatic trainings, I've done the nervous system trainings, I've done the trauma certifications. I have a deep understanding of the cause, management, and treatment of burnout. And I would defy really anyone to have a greater understanding of me than this, right? So I'm not the target audience for this message. And this message was from a newer coach. Now, had this newer coach spent a little bit more time, tried to get to know me, she might have found this out. And then she could have asked me for tips and advice because I don't work with people in burnout anymore, right? So there's no reason for me to hold back anything, right? I work with people who have probably had burnout at some point, but I'm not working with people actively in burnout. So, like, there was a real missed opportunity there. But then also, she spent her time sending me a quiz that just isn't relevant for me. Okay. And then you've got the actual specifics of the quiz. And I am not shitting on this lady. I think she's absolutely lovely, right? But this is just a really good example of what happens when we get and follow generic marketing advice, especially when we're newer and we haven't got the experience and we follow it rather than doing the thing that is more aligned to us and our business and our processes. So, a quiz to determine if unprocessed emotions are resulting in burnout. Okay. So, first of all, as the recipient of that, either I'm going to have an understanding and awareness already that unprocessed emotions can have an impact on burnout. Okay. So, if I already have that level of awareness, and I want to do something about it, chances are I will be doing something about it. If I don't have that level of awareness, so either I don't think I've got unprocessed emotions, I don't understand the link between unprocessed emotions and burnout, I'm going to think the quiz is completely irrelevant to me. If I'm in active burnout, feeling overwhelmed, the last thing I want is to do a quiz to help me determine if my emotions are resulting in my burnout. And if you think about the kinds of people that tend to get burnout, they're the high performers, they're the people pleasers, the perfectionists, and there's probably a lot of shame for them around how they're feeling. Ask me how I know, right? And so, again, with a stranger, they're probably not going to feel safe to be like, oh, well, yeah, this is me and it might be relevant to me. And so maybe I'm going to do this. So, it's like the quiz, like, I understand, like, the quiz would be amazing. Like, because there is a massive link between the stuff that you aren't dealing with and your physical well-being. Okay. But most people don't understand that. They're not going to resonate with the quiz. And the people that do are already have going to done the work. And if you're overwhelmed, you're not doing a quiz. But even if all of those criteria are met, sending the quiz to someone who honestly works very little, doesn't work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, has hours walking in nature every day and at least an hour nap, like it's not the target audience. And so what happens so often is you do these courses and people are like, okay, the best way to grow your email list and get engaged with people is to create a quiz, right? And I don't know. Are people still doing quizzes? I'm not going to be doing a quiz, right? And then also you've got to think about like who are the people that are going to be willing to pay you, who are going to want to do this stuff? Are they going to want to do a quiz? Like, is that the way that they're going to engage with you to do their emotional processing and to look at their burnout? And is the advice, oh, okay, you want to work with coaches, so just go and target coaches? Again, is that a good idea? Or do you want to be looking for specific metrics? Like, what are people displaying? What are people sharing? What are people showing? That makes you think, oh, they could be relevant to me? Or do you go in and spend the time to build the relationships with people to find out what's going on for them? Is it relevant for them? And all of the rest of it. So take this as a bit of advice because it's so easy to spend so much money and spin your wheels trying to follow somebody else's formula in the hope that it's going to work. And it's like throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping that some of it is going to stick instead of taking a step back, slowing down, really thinking about, okay, this person that I want to work with, where are they at? What's their current level of awareness? What do they know? What do they not know? What are they feeling? And how do I speak to them in a way that they can hear and engage with and it feels safe for them to step forward? Particularly if you're doing somatic work, that's all about building that safety in the body. Um, so just something for you all to think about. There's no like, come and buy my course, come and work with me in this way, because no, that's not what I do. But it's just it's just some advice from someone who is more experienced. Um, and also if this lady had really taken the time to discover my experience, she could have come and asked me a load of questions about what it was that I did and what had worked for me and how had I helped people and how had I supported people and how had I grown my business. So just something to think about. Do not reach out to me to try and arrange coffee chats to how to grow your business. No. If you would like to connect me with me about working from the natural place, about working with your natural rhythms, about bringing your full self into your work, and about finding the way that does it that works for you, that isn't following some kind of bullshit marketing nonsense that's about 5 years out of date and no longer works, then like I'm happy to have a conversation. But really, this was just a bit of a public service announcement about that need these days to build relationships and build that trust with people before you just go immediately in there and be like, would you like to do my thing? Even if your thing is free, people still need to feel a sense of connection before they want to engage. That is my wisdom for you today. I'd love to hear what landed, and I'll see you soon.